Hey friends, I'm going to walk you through some of the big ideas in grade 7, a little introduction to proportional relationships. Let's get started. T-shirt costs $8 each. Pizza, $10. You can add toppings for 50 cents each. Both of these are linear relationships, but only one of them is proportional. By the end of grade 7, your little kiddos will know exactly why and what it means for algebra ahead. The biggest breakthrough in grade 7 is that kiddos realize that unit rates in grade 6 is the same thing as constant of proportionality in grade 7. Whether it's $8 a t-shirt or 3 cups of flour for 2 cups of sugar, the constant rate is that constant of proportionality. The other big idea in grade 7 is making the distinction between proportional and non-proportional. And kids need to understand that for it to be proportional, it needs to go through the graph needs to go through the origin. In other words, if you don't buy any t-shirts, you don't spend any money. No money, no t-shirts. Whereas with the pizza, no toppings, you still have to pay $10 for the cheese pizza. So that's a linear relationship, but it's not a proportional relationship. Big idea number 3 in grade 7 is that the 0.00 on the graph and the 0.1k, with k being the constant of proportionality, they're everything. It tells you everything. K is where you get that constant rate of change, and later we'll turn that into slope when they get into 8th grade. So again, we can make these nice connections for kiddos between grade 6, unit rate, grade 7, constant of proportionality, grade 8, constant rate of change, which we all know is slope. So it's nice to make those connections for your kiddos. Kids need to be fluid going from the different representations of proportional relationships, from a verbal description to a table, a diagram, an equation, a graph. They should be able to go from any one of those representations to another. Some common misconceptions that you'll see in 7th grade. Some kiddos will assume that all linear relationships are proportional. They might ignore whether the graph passes through 0, 0. They might confuse the constant of proportionality with the y-intercept, or they may not make the connection between 1k and k being the constant of proportionality in the equation y equals kx. So that's a short, brief summary of some of the big ideas in this topic. If there's specific things you want me to cover next time, feel free to drop me a comment. Thank you.